So we got our function. We've got a point on that function. So we've got some sort of big x to the 4 graph. And we got our point 1 comma k. At that point P, the normal to the curve, so I can draw a tangent and I can draw a normal. And we know that the normal is parallel to negative 1/8x. So that tells us that the slope of our normal line is negative 1/8. We need to find the value of k. So looking at this question, we say, I've seen questions with tangents and normals. Normally we have to do a bunch of stuff first, and the last thing we find is the slope of our normal. Now we're given that answer. We're going to have to work our way backwards and fill in the blanks from the different steps that we would normally do, and then we should be able to figure out k. So how does that happen? Well, normally we would start by taking the derivative. Now, if we took the derivative in this case, the 4 would come out in front. It would get multiplied by whatever k is, and you'd get 4kx cubed. Then the next step that we would do is we would plug in our x value to find the slope. Well, we know our x value because our x value is given to us right here, which is 1. So we can plug that in. And then we would find our slope. And right now we'd say, well, our slope would be 4 times k. And this is where we're stuck because we can't actually figure out what that value is directly. So now we start to think, well, now, what if I work backwards? What if I look at my diagram? What do I know already? I know the slope of my normal is negative 1/8. So if I go to my red line, what's the slope of my tangent going to be? It's just going to be a negative reciprocal, positive 8/1. So I say to myself, oh, if I was working forward, that's what I would have found. I would have found out that my slope is 8. And now I've created an equation. Now I can solve for k, divide both sides by 4, and k is equal to 2. So again, you know your process well to begin with. And then when questions are given in a way that things aren't straightforward, it's just a matter of filling in the blanks. Sometimes I can work backwards. How much information can I find out knowing that my slope of my normal is negative 1/8? Well, that also tells me the slope of my tangent. And then once I have that, working through here. Again, some key things in the process. When you go through your steps normally to find your slope of your tangent, you're finding the derivative, and then the key idea is I'm plugging in that x value. Because when I plug in that x value, I'm going to find the slope at that particular point. And then from there, the rest sort of falls into place.